Hello everyone. I had someone send me a comment recently asking me about what my experience has been with negativity in tarot, and not negativity as far as in a tarot reading or with tarot clients, which we've addressed in some previous videos, but just in my personal life. And I thought that I would make a video to talk about this subject a little bit, because I do think it definitely deserves a video of its own. And making the decision to kind of go public, which doesn't mean posting videos on YouTube about your tarot and oracle work, is a personal one, and is definitely a decision that's best made by each of us after a lot of meditation and soul searching to decide if that's the right choice or not. Also, depending upon the living situation that you're in, you may or may not be able to come out of the closet with your tarot and oracle card love and work. My experience, I've done a video on my past and my current spiritual beliefs. You're more than welcome to check that out if you want to. But yes, I have had sorry, it's a little loud. An interesting journey with being able to be myself spiritually, and also being able to do the healing work that I do with tarot and oracle cards. I was raised by a strictly religious family. They're Jehovah's Witnesses, so it's a very in-depth religion, and none of this is at all acceptable or allowed. So for me, coming out about my own spirituality and being able to do the work I do with Reiki, with tarot and oracle cards, any kind of healing work that I do in the community, I no longer have contact with my family because of the religious issues. And so that's been an interesting journey. So I would say to you, be prepared that there are going to be people who are really uncomfortable with the work that you're doing. Just be aware that it's because they don't know what you're doing, why you're doing it, and the reasons for you following this path in your life. A lot of people have the belief that tarot, not a lot of people, but I think especially in the United States, there are large groups of people who feel that working with cards is, and any form of divination, is communing with the devil or working with the demons or doing some kind of negative work, looking into things that we shouldn't be looking into. Of course, once you start on your journey with tarot and oracle cards, you learn that that's not the case at all. But a lot of people are still stuck in that mindset. And so you will find people who are very uncomfortable with the fact that that's what you do. Fortunately for me, I happen to work with an amazing group of women who are very supportive. And so I have not had any issues in my work environment with being able to be public about the fact that I am a tarot card reader. That in my spiritual beliefs, I am a witch. And so I've been very supported in the community that I've grown with over the last few years, as I've stepped out on my own and followed my own heart and my own spirit and path, and left family and friends behind who didn't want to see me take that journey. So I would say to you that for me, standing up to the negativity and being myself and following my own path has been the most beautiful experience, because I'm finally really able to be myself and to do this incredible work that's my life's work. It's why I'm here. And just grow spiritually and grow in all of these areas and experience beautiful, just have beautiful experiences with spirit in all of her beautiful forms. So it definitely has been worth some of the pain that I've endured, and I still do feel that it is worth that. But just be prepared that there are going to be people who will be uncomfortable. You're going to be asked a lot of questions. And it's up to you to decide if you want to answer them or not. Just remember, you don't have to answer. Excuse me. Especially if you feel that someone's being very combative with you and they just want to argue with you. And it's not because they're actually genuinely interested in what you're doing and is it involved with the occult? Are you, telling people when they're going to die, or, bad things are happening because of the things that you're doing. It's up to you whether you want to answer them or not, but people are going to ask you. You've chosen a unique path for yourself, and so people are going to be curious. And I found that I can always tell whenever someone's genuinely asking, and it's wonderful to have a great conversation with someone, especially someone who's following a different faith. You can still find some beautiful common ground and have a lot to talk about with them. And they can see that you are a genuinely kind and loving person and that the work that you're doing is helpful. So just be aware that you will be asked lots of questions if you decide to come out about your tarot reading and your oracle card work. I'm trying to think what else I want to say. So yes, I have had a difficult experience, but as I said before, it's been very worth it and very beautiful for me in the long run. I'm very supported, and I have made amazing friends who are fellow healers who have become my family. So I'm not, I don't feel alone. I have a beautiful family that surrounds me. And it's nice to be able to choose them and to know that they're doing work that's fulfilling to them as well. And so we're all able to be positive and encouraging of each other instead of looking at things negatively or always in fear. Yeah, so be aware that people will ask you questions, and yes, you're going to get some negative responses from people. Don't take it personally, because remember, it has nothing to do with you. It's their own fear about things that they've heard, or things that maybe other religious leaders have taught them, have said to them, and so they feel like they have to follow along with it. So just remember, don't take it personally. Kind of have a tough skin about it. At the same time, if you're deciding to be public about your work, don't shy away from being truthful about what you're doing. I do find that I am still working at that in my life, just being completely honest about my religious beliefs and my spiritual path and what I'm doing. But the more that I step out of that and step into my own power and claim what I'm doing, the more beautiful that the experience gets for me. So I would offer that to you as well. If you're deciding to be public with what you're doing, just honor that that's what you're doing, and don't hide your light. Right. I'm thinking about, Jesus talking about hiding your light under a bushel and that type of thing. Let your light shine if you feel that it's correct. But just know that in these areas, it is always a personal decision, whether you're going to come out and share with other people that this is what you're doing or not. And it's also up to you if you want to answer questions or not, if you want to explain yourself or not. People can say some very cruel and callous things and be quite rude. And so it's very important to remember that it's not about you personally. It's their own issues and their own fear that's coming up for them. So I hope that this answered, not answered your question, but yeah, because it was a question, but kind of gives you some insight into what to expect if you do decide to go public with your beliefs. Just remember to be understanding of others as well, and loving to others, because it can be quite jarring for people to hear that there's someone who lives right down the street from them who's doing this. A lot of people think it's just Hollywood stuff and it's not real. So I would offer that to you as well. And I wish you the best on your path, and I hope that you feel, and I trust that you will find the support that you need to be your true self and be comfortable with yourself, whether that's keeping your spirituality private or sharing it with the world. So thank you so much for sending me your comment. I will be sending you a private message over the next few days. And thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.